Hey Nesters, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm sharing with you part 2 of my charity sale haul that I went to yesterday. Now, I was running a bit long in that video and I kind of forgot about these books. I remembered at the very end, I told you guys I would share you what I ended up getting. They had this bag of books there and they had a $5 price tag on them. I paid $17 for everything. When I got to the end, I had a bag full of stuff and she basically just was like, oh, let's just do $17 for all of it. So I might have probably got this for less than $5, honestly, but we'll just say it was $5 because that's what it said on the bag. Now, I didn't look through this 100%. It was for a charity. They're building a playground here for kids locally. So, I mean, normally maybe $5 worth of books, like I might not have done it and I might have, been a little more careful about looking through. I saw a couple in there that were interesting to me, so I figured, yeah, I'll just grab it. So we can kind of look at them together, right? So I'll pull them out first and then we'll go ahead and see what we ended up with. It did appear that most of them were vintage, maybe children's books. So we'll see what we got here. It appeared to be quite a few in here. And this bag is actually a pretty nice canvas bag as well, so this will be useful. It's on the smaller side, but I think I might use it for a diaper bag in the car, or bring snacks in or something. There's a nice little pocket on it, so, I mean, that itself is probably close to worth the $5, right? Oh, we got a little golden book. I didn't know that was in there. Which one is this? This doesn't look old at all. Barbie and the Three Musketeers. I'll have to give this one out to my nieces. Let's see, I'm curious the age of it. Do they still make little golden books? I think they do. This one says 2009 on it, so I'll give that to my nieces. They'll probably enjoy that. I have 2 boys, so I don't think that's really something they're gonna be interested in. I can certainly try to read it to them, I guess. This one says Iggy's Pigs Beach Day. So this is what the cover looks like. And this is a scholastic book. It's a nice little short chapter book, not really chapter book, but they're short reads, so that should keep my kids' attention. And this one was out in 1999. So these weren't all super vintage. Let's get to some of the vintage ones first here. The reason why I got the bag, right? So this is one of them here. They appear to be Bible, like children's Bible stories. Best in Children's book, and I mean the cover itself is just absolutely gorgeous. I love the binding on it and everything, really nice. And this has, let's see, it does say the wonderful story of Moses. So I guess there's little books within the book here, and yeah, so that should be interesting. It does have some nice images in it as well. So I did plan to keep these to at least read through them with my kids. And yeah, so I got that. Lots of stories. Let's see if I can show you guys what is all in there. You guys can get a close up. So yeah, that is one. There was a couple more in there like that. Let's see if I can find them here. So it's the same cover. I don't know if it's the same book. Is it the same? I think it's actually the same exact book. So maybe I can sell one if any of you guys are interested in it. I'll have to double check and see if the stories, yeah, it looks like they're gonna be the same story. So yeah, I might resell one of these online in my Etsy shop. Let's check the age of them, 1959, and then it says 1967, so it must be a reissue of them. So this one is a different cover, but the same style book, right? And it has the gray binding on it, super gorgeous. This one has Flipper to the Rescue. See, initially I thought these were all maybe Bible stories, but it seems they're just kind of a modge podge of things, but that's the stories that are inside of it there. Let's see what they have for some images in this one. There's Flipper. Yeah, so I thought that was nice. And then this is another one, but it appears it has the paper cover on it. Let's take this off. Well, maybe it's a little sticky there. Let's see. Will it come off without ripping that? Ooh, that's pretty. I like that. So those originally had a sleeve on them that would have looked something like this here. I don't want to put the cover back on though. Look how gorgeous that is. I like that a lot. So this one is potentially full of more girly stories, I would think. See, Old Mother Hubbard, Rosa Too Little. I don't know many of these. I'm not familiar with the story, so these will be fun for me to read even. So let's look at the images inside, see what they got in here. Got some butterflies. It appears to be stories and maybe some like kind of learning type things as well. So super, super cool. I thought those were just too awesome, and that's why, you know, I pulled those up and I was like, yeah, I'll just get the bag. So I didn't really care what was inside besides those. Put that back with there so I don't forget where it went. And then let's see. This one here is Good News for Children. So we'll see what this is. It's an interesting binding on it. We got, it just looks like more short stories maybe. Acts of Unbelief. Sold by a Kiss. It appears it might actually be more biblical. Yeah, I think this is a Bible. It's kind of like a Bible lessons book, it appears. Kind of teaching the Bible through short stories, it looks like. So I'll have to, me and my husband will have to read through that and make sure it's, you know, correct, Bible correct, but it's kind of interesting. This was put out in 1969, and yeah, so yeah, that'll be interesting to look through. Hopefully that's all accurate. And then we got a pocket full of goobers. What's a goober? I know we used to call people goobers. Is that from Andy Griffin's show? Wasn't that guy on there named Goober? Or was it Gomer? Oh, Goober. Wasn't it Goober? I don't know. And I really always used to love that show, but I haven't seen it in a while. So this is a story about George Washington Carver. What does that have to do with a pocket full of goobers? I'm intrigued now. But that's a nice little chapter book, nice short story. My kids are too young to read this too because, I mean, they wouldn't keep their attention, but I'm interested in reading about that. I need to figure out what this goober thing's about. This book was put out in, let's see, 1986. It looks like it might have originally been made in 1941. This might be a reissue. Yeah, it's something like that. There's some date about 1941 in there. Then we got this vintage book here, Questions Children Ask. This one sounds interesting as well. I did pull this one out, and I did remember seeing this in there, but this should be an interesting find. My 3-year-old's at that age now where he's going to start asking questions constantly, right? What's this? What's this? Yep, we're in that stage right now. So yeah, this will be very fun to read about how, you know, the things they thought was interesting back then, what kids were into back then versus, you know, what they would be into now. See if it's very similar or not. But this has really interesting images in it as well. Super cute. So yeah, that was inside there as well. We're almost done. So we got, this is just a coloring pad. That'll be handy. My kids just scribble. They're not really, oh, I think we got one in here. I thought I just saw one. Where did you go? I just saw one that was scribbled on. They don't color inside the lines. They're just like, that's the extent of their coloring, but they really enjoy it. And then we got this one here, Grumpy Bunny Reader. Clean Up Grumpy Bunny. So this could come in handy, right? Boys, they're very messy. So this looks like a book, you know, about teaching kids to clean up after themselves. And this was put out in 2007, I think it says. So yeah, not too old. And then we got, what do we have here? The Night Before Thanksgiving. Ooh, not The Night Before Christmas. That's interesting. I've never heard of this. I'm very intrigued to read this. Honestly, I read personal development books. That's mostly what I like to read. As a kid, I really enjoyed the series Boxcar Children. It's like a mystery series. I always really liked mysteries. So I don't particularly like fantasy or any kind of like storybook. I would rather just watch a movie, honestly. But if I was going to read a book, I'd rather read children's books. Is that weird? Is anyone else like me? If I'm not going to do the self-development thing, I'm going to read children's books. I think they're more interesting and fun. So this one here was put out in 2001, and I'm excited to read this one. But yeah, this one has some great illustrations in it. And yeah, that just sounds really fun to have the night before Thanksgiving instead of Christmas. I like that idea. This one looks to be a little bit on the older side. It says 1998 on the back, so I guess it's not that old, but it definitely has that old imagery to it, right? What does it say? Tidy Heidi, the pig. She must make a mess. But it looks a little bit more on the girlier side, so I might give this one to my nieces as well. We'll do a quick read through and see if the boys like it, but that might go to my nieces. This one, the jacket, yeah, this doesn't look like something I think I would be interested in. I don't know what this is. That one might get donated. Let's see, this was put out in 2003, and I just don't know what it is. Is it about bullying, maybe? Maybe that's what it's about, but I don't know. We'll see about that. I have to read the synopsis on it and see what that one's about. It definitely seems to be more, you know, for teens. And then there's just a word search in there. I like word searches. I could use that. What is this? Look at that. That's obnoxious. Sing again and again and again and again and again. It's like me and my so. This is a... it has music, like sheet music in it, and I was thinking it was probably from a church, but The Happy Wanderer. I think I just picked up a knickknack that's called The Happy Wanderer not too long ago. It was like almost like a Hummel. I don't think, well, there is some, this might all be Christian music. I'm familiar with some of these songs, but a lot of them I'm not, but that's kind of neat anyways. Okay, 3 more. We got The Borrowers of Borrowers. I can't say that. Borrowers. The Borrowers. Let's just forget that word. Afloat. Talking is hard. So this looks like a chapter book. Again, I'll have to look at the synopsis of this to see what that's about. My kids, you know, are too young for that, but we'll see what that's about. This one is Against the Odds, an inspirational true life story of courage and character. Looks about to be about basketball. I'm not sure who that is. I played basketball as a kid, but I don't really follow the NBA or anything like that. I think it's boring. Watching basketball is boring. Playing it is fun. And then the last one is Peanut Butter and Jelly Secrets. Uh-oh. So Alex wants to obey her mom, but... okay, that don't sound good. But I might, this is one that I think is probably more of a preteen kind of book. And, ooh, there's like a psalm in here. So maybe it's a Christian type book, and Peanut Butter and Jelly Secrets. I don't know, is that like a Christian book series maybe? Never heard of it, but that one doesn't look that bad either. But, you know, these ones potentially might get redonated. Have to see what they're about. But overall, I think I did pretty good for the $5. I definitely liked, you know, this pile of the vintage ones here for sure. And there's a few in there my boys will like as well. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I never know if you guys really want me to share the books. I pick up books a lot. I really enjoy them. So I don't always share them with you. But if you guys do enjoy the books, let me know, because I would definitely, you know, like to share them with you if you're interested. And make sure you're subscribed so you catch my next video. I think the next one's gonna be a Goodwill thrift along with me. I just went 2 days ago, and I have to get that edited up for you guys. So yeah, that'll be my next video. So make sure you're subscribed, and we'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.